Yo, what's going on, homies? It's your boy Stumped back for another OPTC video, and in today's video, we're diving into the Pirate Alliance KIZUNA Clash with pretty much the exact same team. I'm basically just rerunning the video because, look, it was a little bit confusing for the actual initial playthrough, and now I've sort of dived into level 30 using the assist feature, and I wanted to highlight, like, this is a regular 10-star KIZUNA. Make sure you guys are doing your assists, as many as possible, so that way you can actually get the skulls to get your Borsalino and your your Sentomaru at 5+ and 6+ respectively. The easiest way to do this is to just do your assists. People start to get towards level 30+ at the back end, so now I thought this video would sort of help you guys. Like I said, we're basically just going to rerun it. So I hope you guys enjoyed the video. If you do, hit the like button, hit the subscribe button, do that good stuff. With that said, let's dive in. Alright, so we're going to start off with the dex variation. I'm going to run it with Bonnie, and then I'll run it without Bonnie. There's a couple of things that I've sort of picked up on whilst playing my assists and sort of doing it over the course of the time. Now, look, I haven't actually hit level 30 yet in terms of finding people that are level 30. I think I found one level 30 for this video, but look, they're probably looking, the debuffs you're looking at somewhere between level 20 and level 30. So we're moving towards the back end, but I'm running it like we were diving into level 30+. So as you can see here, the dex variation gives int, strength, and someone else cooldowns, but we are using Ace here. I think it's dex. Ace just gives you 50% cooldowns as captain. He just works well. It just allows you to pretty much run anything that is under the dex, free spirit, and shoot attack as well. On stage 2, there is one turn of despair after sockets. You can actually use the merry-go. It's a perfect ship for this, and that way you don't have to worry about losing any HP either if you have the ship at level 12. Otherwise, just slap the white bid support on and you're good to go there. As you can see, I'm using the sword donnies to remove the threshold and that counter heal ability. That way we can save the Bonnie special for the final stage, and they actually give you healing. They give you an attack boost because you have the 3 egghead characters there. Bonnie extends it and allows you to block the attack boost moving into the final stage. In the lead up to like level 30 as well, what I'm actually doing beside what I was actually doing is using the EX of Ace here, the Sanji special to get a full board of recovery orbs, and then, or even your top 2 characters getting recovery orbs, and then using the Bonnie special. So that way you have an attack boost to chain boundary, and then Bonnie gives you territory and class affinity, and that way you can just kill literally with 2 characters. But later down the line, there is a great barrier. There is poison sockets, damage reductions there, and you have an attack down if you're not using recovery orbs, so you do need to be very mindful of that. To remove the poison orbs and all that fun stuff, you want to use the Luffy special. He's going to rotate poison and block orbs into matching, gives you a chain lock as well, which is great for Bonnie. Sanji removes the damage reduction. You have color affinity and attack boosting with the Sabo Koala. And because you have an attack boost and a chain lock, Bonnie gives you the territory and the advantageous type effect, so that way you can kill Kizaru pretty easily here. You can always start with the rush of Ace as well. His EX gives you free spirit superclass 2, which is awesome for Bonnie, and then that way you just have plenty of damage here, man. Like it's so much damage that it sort of cuts me off. I believe the sword donnies also have barrier penetration. They might not, but you can always tap, like I said, rush with Ace, go into the sword donnies, break the barrier, make sure you guys are hitting some good taps, and as you can see, it's pretty simple. Alright, so as for the other dex variation, I'm using Verse Luffy as my captain. My friend captain. If you guys are struggling with Verse Luffy, you just got to bring any territory. Like, anyone that sets territory is usually like the best way to do this. You could run Strength Luffy if you really want to. He's actually a really, really good shout, seeing as he actually gets his cooldowns, and he's actually going to apply increased damage taken, and he's going to set a fighter territory. Now, the fighter territory is literally only for himself, but at the same time, like, hey, like, why not, right? Like, you may as well get the fighter territory off, override the enemy territory, and still have another character that has type advantage. So, if you guys can't find Verse Luffy, I mean, I'm using Verse Luffy for my other team, so, like, you should have your own. But the New Year's Luffy, who I use for a friend captain for the other run, he actually works really, really well for this particular fight as well. It's much of a muchness, really. As long as you can set a territory, that character is going to work absolutely fine. Again, we're using Sword Donnies on turn 2. It's a big reason why Bonnie doesn't matter if you have her as leader or friend leader or not. She's literally just here as our territory setter. For this particular team, because we don't get the attack boost carryover effect, it is a little bit frustrating. You are going to have to deal with quite a low attack boost on the final stage, so just be mindful of that. The damage numbers that you guys see here probably will be a little bit different. The upside to bringing Verse Luffy over the New Year's Luffy is you can actually use his special first. Now, I don't do it here, but you can actually use his special first, like right now, and that way you actually get a chain boundary effect rather than a chain lock. It allows you to get a higher chain effect by getting a chain boost with Sanji if you want to do the whole captain swapping shenaniganry as well. The recovery orbs we get here because of Sabo and Koala's Super swap, just make sure that you use, well, actually it doesn't matter because Sanji actually gives you recovery orbs. But with this, you'll have the territory of Luffy, you have the chain boundary, you have a conditional boost against increased damage taken, and defense down. Unfortunately, there's full immunity, so like you can't really get either of those. But you still have it, so if you can find a way to set defense down, maybe you can replace, I don't know, Saba Koala in the team with someone else, because you are running like double Luffy now. Maybe something like Robin sets defense to 80% below. You could use Kid Law, something like that. That should work out pretty hunky-dory, because like I said, you are going to have quite a low attack boost. You're not going to have the attack boost from Saba Koala. Alright, so moving on to the side variation now, we've got Bonnie as our captain for the first run, as always. The S-Snake support there, I don't even know why I have the S-Snake support on. I think I was just removing a support off Luffy. I think I was removing the chopper support because you don't actually need it. And I think I just accidentally clicked S-Snake and I just went, screw it, I'm just going to leave that there. Like, there's no reason for me to change that. So, we'll just leave that there, and so we'll just rock the boat. So, yeah, Bonnie for this particular fight, she's very, very good for the final stage at removing the recovery orbs turning to damage. But I have found that just using Ace and his burn mechanic, if you have increased damage taken on the enemy, which is what vs Luffy can do, if you want to, you can run, for this particular team, you can also run New Year's Luffy as your captain. Like either ones are going to actually work quite fine. But I found with versus Luffy, applying the increased damage taken, and then that burn basically just kills the revive. It just always works. So your friend captain, you want to make sure you have some sort of recovery mover. Hell, if you bring like your own New Year's Luffy, then that's going to work fine, because as you guys will see here, I'm actually using the verse Luffy special on turn 2. You can't use a chain boundary effect on the final stage, so I figured why not just use Luffy now, and that way at least we have the territory. Sanji gives us the recovery orbs to bypass the extra stack of hunger that we need to get around, and then getting G orbs with Nami Karina allows us to bypass the 90% attack down if you have recovery orbs. So little combination works out pretty hunky-dory. Plus you can heal, because Sanji has overhealing in his captain ability. Final stage, you get Despaired, which the Whitebeard support removes once again, but again, merry go. Fantastic here if you want to do that instead. That way you don't worry about losing any HP. There's Threshold. There is a recovery orb barrier, and then there is burn and recovery orbs turn to damage. You also still have that attack then if you blow a certain chain as well, so very annoying stuff. Plus, if you use chain lock, you actually have it trigger an interrupt. So swap with Nami Karina first, get the overrideable orb boost with the Karina special, remove the attack down and the thresholds. Ace then becomes a burn conditional and overrides the orb boost to get a bigger orb boost. You can use the super swap of Saba Koala to get a color affinity boost. They also are your attack booster, and then Bonnie can remove the recovery orb debuff. But like honestly, that doesn't even matter, because the whole idea is because you're not really worrying about the revive because of the burn, you actually don't take the damage from the recovery orbs, which actually works out super hunky-dory. So you do just need to tap and obviously break that barrier. So just tap with the recovery orb characters first. Be careful, you still do have the burn though. The burn will definitely hurt, but the recovery orbs, they're actually not going to do all that much to you. As you can see, Kizaru revives with like 1 million HP. The burn kicks in, he does like 4 million HP, and Kizaru basically dies. And this is a perfect example of that, because again, we're not using Bonnie as a friend captain. We are just running New Year's Luffy now. Again, you just want to try and bring a character that has hunger. Hunger is the big nuisance for this particular fight. On stage 2, there's 4 stacks of it. Bonnie removes 3. New Year's Luffy removes 3. Obviously, they want you to run double Bonnie so you can just get around all of it. There is no other character in the game that can remove 4 stacks of hunger, so just be mindful of that. You are going to have to run either 2 characters that can do it, or just bring like one way to get a recovery orb and 3 stacks that way. So either or, it's basically gonna work. But like I said, the combination of having increased damage taken, especially from New Year's Luffy, and then with Ace's burn, it just kills the revive every time. You just don't have to worry about it. I've seen people using Sugar. I've seen people doing some other fun stuff as well. But I found that this way is probably just the most reliable. You don't have to worry about the shenanigans on the follow-up stage with the special bind and the bind on everyone besides your captain. So that works out pretty hunky-dory. As per the last run, we are using Sanji on stage 2. He gives us the recovery orbs. We're using the verse Luffy special to get the territory, and then we use the Nami Karina special swap to get the G orbs. With that, eat one of the recovery orbs, you bypass the hunger. As you guys will see here, you just easily kill with those G orbs with the increased multiplier, which works out pretty damn nice. Once again, on the final stage, we're using the overrideable orb boost and the attack down and threshold removal of Karina. Ace gives you the burn and the conditional buff. Swap with Saba Koala to get the color affinity. Use their special for an attack boost. It's a multi-turn attack boost, so you don't have to worry about the intimidation. And then Luffy gives you the increased damage taken. Whether you're using his verse Luffy or the New Year's Luffy, either character will absolutely work fine, because you're getting it no matter what. And that increased damage taken actually affects the amount of damage that Ace is actually doing. Make sure you guys are using the superclass of Sanji. That way you can crack the attack down when you're below a certain chain. I believe it's a 3 times chain lock, so make sure you guys are using Sanji. It's definitely going to help you out. And with that, you just can basically take out Kizaru nice and easy. Fortunately now, you only have one character that is type advantage, being Koala, but at the same time, like, the damage numbers here are pretty damn nice. Now remember, there is meant to be a recovery orb barrier there, so just like be very mindful of that. But as you can see, I'm eating the recovery orbs. It's going to do 20,000 damage as death damage basically, but as you can see, the burn kicks in, kills him, and then we have to worry about it. But that's gonna wrap the video. Hopefully this helped you guys out a little bit more than my initial playthrough. I know it can get a little bit confusing. I don't have time to record tomorrow, so this was the best I could give you guys. Hopefully it helped you guys out. If it does, hit the like button, hit the subscribe button, do all that good stuff. Most importantly, wherever you guys are in this beautiful world, please enjoy the rest of your day. As always, homies, thank you all for watching, and I'll catch you all in the next one.